I know that he called Henry Ford one of his own personal heroes who, if you don't know, which I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't, he was a capitalist. And he also received support from capitalist companies such as IBM, so that they could get punch cards in for their information and track them down and kill them. In fact, if you look at it, fascism has always had help from capitalism.
I'm no communist, I'll tell you that right now. I believe a man should own his own house and car and cow. I like this private ownership, I want to be left alone. Let the government run its business and let me run my own.
Yeah, of course, this was the same Adolf Hitler who turned and said, "We must find and travel the road from individualism to socialism without revolution." This was the same Adolf Hitler who told Otto Strasser, "I am a socialist and a very different kind of socialist from your rich friend Count Reventlow." However, that's besides the actual point. The actual point of the matter is, this is the same Adolf Hitler, the same, Nazi Germany, who centralised the economy, which defines socialism, and of course completely controlled the means of production. Now we've got the definition there of socialism, the words control or ownership. Do you not understand what the definition of control is? Do you not understand that? Do you not understand what it means by control or ownership? Like I said, it's ownership through the means of nationalisation or through the means of control. Another word for control is to regulate. So when the government collectively regulates the economy, regulates private industry, directing private industry through regulation, that is socialism. It's even in the dictionary. It just goes to show you aren't intelligent enough to understand the dictionary definition of socialism.
What socialism is, and what socialism isn't. What is socialism? It's often difficult to get an honest or rational answer to that question. Idealistic socialists in the West usually will tell you that socialism is anything other than what actual socialist governments have achieved in the real world. What is important to keep in mind is that socialism is not a particular set of political conditions, but a specific kind of economic arrangement. Socialism is not identical with left-wing politics, and socialism is not confined to the left. The various kinds of political systems that have arisen from socialist economies, from Soviet authoritarianism to India's licensed Raj, are in no small part responses to the inadequacies and contradictions inherent in socialist systems of production and distribution, systems that seek to ignore or to subvert the laws of economics. But the laws of economics can no more be set aside than can the laws of physics or biology. The political responses to the economic contradictions of socialism inevitably are conditioned by the culture in which the socialist system is operating. Cuban socialism was never going to look like the socialism of India, the socialism of Sweden, or the socialism of the U.S. public school sector. But with a little work and the proper critical approach, it is possible to distinguish, for example, which qualities of Indian socialism are Indian and which are socialist, which features of U.S. public school systems inhere in our national culture and which derive from its socialist nature. To do that, we will need a better working definition of socialism. Our model of socialism will have two main parts. 1. The public provision of non-public goods, and 2. Economic central planning. Socialism means, among other things, using political agencies to provide goods and services that otherwise would be provided privately in the marketplace. In its most extreme form, socialism means government direction of the economy as a whole. Socialism in its milder expressions takes the form of nationalized industries, the Chilean copper mining industry under Allende, Pakistan's petrochemical sector, and heavy industries under Bhutto. Government ownership or direction of firms, Alfa Romeo under Mussolini, the Japan National Railway, direct government provision of goods and services, the British Health Service, or government management of nominally private marketplace activities, farm subsidies in France, Fannie Mae in the United States.
So, you can't take your type seriously. You know, it's laughable that you're coming out with all this. You can't even comprehend the English dictionary, you know, definition of socialism. How can you take someone seriously when you can't even grasp the English language? Do you not understand what it means by control or ownership? Is that seriously? Are you honestly trying to tell me you're not intelligent enough to understand that? It's laughable. You're laughable. All your little followers are laughable. Everyone who follows communism is laughable. You can't take your type seriously because your idea creates no capital. Therefore, you've got no money. I mean, what the hell do you want? What the hell do you expect from people for people to just work for nothing? It's just, you're a crackpot.